Hello, one more time. Are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So let's check the homework because we're going to see more of these conditionals. Okay, tell me when you can see the image, please. Can you
I
see the
can see.
image?
Yes.
History
Yes.
about
Okay.
the life Kelly Clarkson.
Yes, Kelly
Kelly
Clarkson.
Clarkson's life.
And the next page, pop magazine, the pop artist you voted for. Did you do this?
No.
Yes.
What about the next one? Complete each story with your own ideas. Use past models. 5 stories. And then the last one, complete the sentences with past models and your own ideas. Okay, let's go in sessions and please compare your answers. There, let's go, please. All right, guys, let's continue. Let's check what you have for your answers. Number one, had followed her career dream, she might have become a marine biologist. Number two, if a music teacher
Hadn't heard.
Her
hadn't heard. Okay. Next, she
Wouldn't have joined.
wouldn't have joined. Next, if Kelly
Hadn't learned.
next, she
May not have been able.
might
Might,
not
might
Not
not have
have
been.
been able.
have been able. Yes. Next, if Kelly's
Ha-
friend
Hadn't told.
hadn't told her. Next, Kelly
Wouldn't have tried out.
wouldn't have tried out. Okay. Next, if Kelly
Had received.
had received. Okay. Next, she
Wouldn't have won.
wouldn't have won. Perfect. Any questions?
No
Great. Let's go
questions.
for the next one. Pop magazine. Pop magazine. The pop artist you voted for. PM. Why do you think you came in second, Beth? I definitely chose the wrong song. The judges didn't like it at all. So if you
Hadn't
Hadn't
sung.
sung.
hadn't sang that song, next,
Good
would you
have won.
have won? Do you think? Perfect. Who knows? I
had,
Had.
What?
had.
Would
It's
have
incomplete.
had.
Yes, would have had.
Would
Okay.
Perfect. Next. PM, how are you feeling, Ian? Well, I didn't realize how hard it would be if I
Had
had
known. Had been
known.
known.
had known. Maybe I
Would have worked.
would have worked. Oh my gosh. Next,
Would you have taken?
would you have taken more singing lessons? Yes, I
Could have looked.
would have looked for, oh, without the for. Perfect. I would have looked for a voice teacher and maybe a dancer too. Perfect. Any questions?
No.
Next, we have the example for number one. What do you have for number two? If Miami hadn't gotten a camera for her birthday, what is your idea?
She wouldn't have became a professional photographer.
She wouldn't have what?
Became.
Uh-uh. What is the participle of become? The participle of become is become.
Becoming.
Um, so she
Become.
wouldn't have become what?
A professional.
A professional photographer.
Photographer. Perfect. Next, number three.
She wouldn't have spotted by a modeling agency.
Nope.
Would have been a designer.
Okay. Would have, oh my God. A designer? A designer? Mm,
I think.
not really a designer.
Mhm.
Stephanie loved to build things when she was younger. She helped
An
her father
architect.
design
An
an
architect.
addition to their house.
Oh,
So
okay.
designer is incorrect.
Okay.
An architect.
Architect, yes. An architect. If she hadn't become a model. Perfect. Any questions?
No.
No? Let's go for the next one. Number four. No ideas? All right, the answers are right here. Martin loved farming. That's one. Next, Martin just opened his second organic restaurant. If his grandmother hadn't taught him how to cook, You have two possible answers. You can
Okay.
say
He
he
could
would have
become
been a farmer.
being a
He wouldn't have opened any restaurant. There. Is that okay? Or are there any questions? If there are no questions, let's go for number 5.
He would have won the competition.
He would. He was playing his piece. He became distracted by the woman. He forgot the music and didn't win the competition. So if he hadn't seen the woman, he
he wouldn't
Have been the winner.
he would
He
have
would
won.
have been the winner.
Have won the competition.
Have
Yeah, no.
he would. It's incorrect that I say.
Would is incorrect.
It might.
Yes, not would, but the other ones. You could say could or might. Okay,
Okay.
because would is 100% sure. Yes, everybody.
All right.
Any questions? No. Okay, let's go for the last one.
No.
Complete the sentences with the past models and your own ideas. Please, let me see. I have seven participants. America, can you read number 1, please?
Number one, if I had left school at the age of 16, I might not have met the teacher who inspired me the most.
Okay, can you give me your own answer, please? No, no, you don't have anything, America? What about you, Jasmine? Do you have something for number 1?
For number, I had something for number two.
Okay, go ahead. Give me number 2.
Okay, I don't know if this is correct. Okay, I hadn't taken English. I might not have learned the skills to teach.
Okay, yes. Learned in past participle, okay?
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good. Perfect. Next, I have Lorena. Lorena, can you give me something else? 3, 4, 5, or 6, whatever you want.
okay. Number 3. I wouldn't have traveled to Zacatecas if I hadn't worked so hard.
Perfect, Lorena. Thank you very much. Next, who wants to go next?
Me, Carolina.
Go ahead, Carolina.
If I hadn't taken English, I wouldn't have traveled to Canada.
Perfect. You said could?
Good.
Good. You wouldn't have traveled to Canada. Perfect. Thank you. Somebody else? Nobody? All right. Let's go for the next one.
If you want, I can
Go ahead. Go ahead.
do it. Number 4.
Yeah, sure.
If I had been born into a famous family, I might not have studied in a public university.
Perfect. Good job. Thank you. Are we finished, ladies?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Now let's continue with the next one, the next unit, the next lesson. Tell me when you can see it, please.
Yes, teacher, I can see your screen.
Yes, me
Perfect. Can
too.
you read it? Can you read it, please?
Giving away your things. Grammar in
Perfect.
context. Are
Yes.
there are there a lot of homeless people in your
In your area.
area?
Yes. Guys, are there a lot of homeless people in your area?
No.
Here in the place where I live now.
Okay. How do people generally react toward the homeless?
Ignore them, no?
Can you repeat again, please?
We always ignore them. Do you understand me?
No, I didn't hear you.
Ah, ignore. Sometimes we ignore them.
Yes, we ignore them. Okay. Let's go in sessions so you guys can ask and answer the question with the classmate, please. There. Let's go. I'll send the image to the WhatsApp group. All right, are you finished?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
we
Yes.
finish.
Great. Now, can you read, please, the title of the page, please, Carolina?
The power of half.
Continue, please.
What would you do if you saw a homeless person beginning it,
Begging.
begging in the street? Walk on by. Give a few spare coins, not the Salwen
Uh-huh.
family. They gave much more than that. Read their story and ask yourself, what would I have done?
So what we have to do is listen and tell me, what did they do? How did they react with the homeless person?
Page 52. Unit 5. Challenges. Lesson A. Giving away your things. 1. Grammar in context. B. Read the article. What did Hannah Salwen's family do and why?
The power of half. What would you do if you saw a homeless person begging in the street? Walk on by? Give a few spare coins? Not the Salwen family. They gave much more than that. Read their story and ask yourself, what would I have done? Kevin Salwen was driving his 14-year-old daughter, Hannah, back from a sleepover. Hannah had often seen homeless people begging for food at the stoplight near their home. But on this particular day, while they were waiting for the light, Hannah noticed an expensive car in front of them and a homeless man standing on the side of the road. If that guy didn't have such a nice car, the man over here could have a meal, Hannah said. The scene clearly made a deep impression on Hannah, and she continued to discuss it with her parents and brother for some time. She wanted her family to make a difference in the world, even if it was a small difference. "How much are you willing to give up?" her mom asked. "This house?" Eventually, that's exactly what the family did. They sold their $2 million dream home and donated half the proceeds to the Hunger Project's work in Africa. If Hannah hadn't seen the homeless man alongside the car that day, maybe the Salwens would still be in their dream home. But would they be as happy? In their new, smaller house, they found they were spending more time together and became closer as a family. They admit they might not have become so close if they had stayed in their old home. If you want to learn more about the Salwens' remarkable story, visit their website.
Okay, so what do you think? What did the family do with the homeless person?
They sold their house and then donate the millions to the cause of hunger in Africa.
Yeah, they sold their house. Let's look for it. They sold their 2 million dream home and donated half the proceeds to the Hunger Project's work in Africa. Very good.
Yes.
Perfect. That's really nice. So, how did the Solwyn family react? What did they do and why? Would you like to listen again?
Yes.
Okay, let's listen again.
Page 52. Unit 5. Challenges. Lesson A. Giving away your things. 1. Grammar in context. B. Read the article. What did Hannah Salwen's family do and why?
The power of half. What would you do if you saw a homeless person begging in the street? Walk on by? Give a few spare coins? Not the Salwen family. They gave much more than that. Read their story and ask yourself, what would I have done? Kevin Salwen was driving his 14-year-old daughter, Hannah, back from a sleepover. Hannah had often seen homeless people begging for food at the stoplight near their home. But on this particular day, while they were waiting for the light, Hannah noticed an expensive car in front of them and a homeless man standing on the side of the road. If that guy didn't have such a nice car, the man over here could have a meal, Hannah said. The scene clearly made a deep impression on Hannah, and she continued to discuss it with her parents and brother for some time. She wanted her family to make a difference in the world, even if it was a small difference. "How much are you willing to give up?" her mom asked. "This house?" Eventually, that's exactly what the family did. They sold their $2 million dream home and donated half the proceeds to the Hunger Project's work in Africa. If Hannah hadn't seen the homeless man alongside the car that day, maybe the Salwens would still be in their dream home. But would they be as happy? In their new, smaller house, they found they were spending more time together and became closer as a family. They admit they might not have become so close if they had stayed in their old home. If you want to learn more about the Salwens' remarkable story, visit their website.
Excellent. So, what do you think of what they did?
They make a difference. Try to make a difference.
Yeah, they tried to make a difference. Perfect. What did they do?
Sold their house and donate the money
Why?
because the daughter, when she saw the man, a homeless man, felt a deep impression.
Nice. Very good. So, let's read their story. Go ahead. You can read. Tell me when you're finished, please.
Finished.
Fi-
Perfect.
finish, teacher.
I finished too.
Everybody else finished?
Yes,
Yes.
I finish.
Finish.
What do you think of the family?
They're crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy. What would you do if you saw a homeless person?
Give them some money, but not my old house.
Give them some money, huh? What about the rest of you?
Give
Yeah,
them,
help him in any way, but not with my house.
I bet. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, close your books and retell the story with a partner. How much detail can you remember? Let's go in sessions so you guys can practice retelling the story. Okay, let's go.
They buy a new house. Well, then they bought a new house and what else? Oh, we return. Sorry.
Mhm.
Hi, guys.
Hi, teacher.
Are you finished?
No.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't finish? Okay, but you were
Almost.
doing good, huh? That's great. All right. Now we saw a little bit of the story. Now let's check the grammar. Imagining situations. Circle the correct verb forms to complete the sentences below. Use the article to help you, then read the grammar chart. So we have the grammar, we have the story. Number one, what would you do if you see or saw a homeless person?
I think it's if you saw.
So,
If you saw,
So,
not
so,
see.
yep.
Okay.
So,
Number two, the family might not have become or became so close if they hadn't moved to a smaller house.
Have become.
have become.
Have become.
Come, not. Number three, if Hannah didn't see, hadn't seen the man at the car, the family might still live in the big house.
Hadn't seen.
Hadn't seen.
Hadn't seen. Perfect. All right, guys. Now let's see. What are these? What is the grammar? Conditionals, right?
Yes, conditionals.
Yes.
What conditional is this?
Second conditional.
Second conditional. What conditional is number two?
Third conditional.
Third conditional. Perfect. What about the number three?
Third conditional.
Nope. Number three is a mix. This is third conditional. And this third conditional?
Oh no.
No, this is not in the past. This is in the present, right?
all right.
Let's check it out. Mixed conditionals, hypothetical or unreal situations. The structure is past condition is a third conditional. If clause, if a condition had existed, comma, present result. This is a second conditional. The result would be true. So we use the past perfect and a model with an infinitive. If I had won the lottery, past perfect, third conditional, I would be rich, second conditional. More examples?
Yes, please.
Absolutely. We have the other way around. Present condition. If a condition existed in the present, comma, past result, third conditional. The result would have been true. So we use for the present condition in the simple past or the simple past continuous. And the result will be would, could, might with have plus past participle. Example, present and real condition. If I were a man, in this case, if I were a woman, right? Me, the teacher. If I were a woman, present condition, they would have given me the job. Past result. More examples.
Yes, teacher, please.
Of course.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a doubt.
Yes.
We always combined the conditional with the third conditional. We can combine all the conditionals.
We can or we can't.
Can
We positively or we negatively can't.
I with positive.
We possibly can. Yes. This is the story.
For example, in the first sentence, we can use the first conditional, and the second um, sentence we can use the third conditional.
In this example or where?
No, in in a real situation or in a text in a sentence. I don't know.
Oh, well, I'm showing you the structure, and now we're going to go into more sentences, more examples using real conditions.
Okay, but my doubt is always we use the third conditional and second conditional in the
No,
sentence.
not always. It's
Okay,
like it's in the example right here.
okay.
It's only
Uh,
when a past condition gives
uh,
you a present result.
uh-huh.
For example, the third conditional, I'm going to give you an example of a third conditional. If I hadn't studied to be a teacher, comma, I would have studied architecture.
Mm-hmm,
Okay? They are
mm-hmm,
both unreal and they are both in the past.
mm-hmm.
Have studies?
What? Oh,
Architect?
no. Studied. My mistake.
Oh, okay.
Ah, come on, computer. There. So what I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to write is this. They are both not real in the past. Third conditional. Okay. Yes.
More or less.
More or less. Okay.
Yes.
Now, once again, this is an example, and this is real. Okay. This is me. If I hadn't studied to
Okay.
be a teacher, I would have studied to be an architect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this sentence number one, is if I hadn't studied to be a teacher. It's not real because I did study,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the imaginary situation if I hadn't. And then comes the result. Imaginary result is not real. I would have studied architecture.
Okay, when we mix the conditionals, we talk about the unreal situations.
A past condition with a present result.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the keywords past, present.
Yes, yes, yes. But I don't know. I think I don't understand.
It's a kind of confused.
A little bit, I understand, and that's why I have a lot of examples. Can I show you the next examples?
Yes,
Yes, please.
please.
Excellent. Again, this is the other way around, and let's have more examples. Mixed conditionals. If plus past perfect, comma, present conditional. Okay, the mixed conditional is third plus second. So I have, if I had listened to your advice, third conditional, I wouldn't be in this mess, second conditional. Okay, and the picture for that example is this. And what that means is the real event is I didn't listen, comma, so, and the other one, I am in a big mess. And again, the picture of that example is this. Is that, does that make sense?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, I want to hear from Lucelena. Is that better?
Mm, more or less because I mm, I I how do I say? Well, we always use the would, that word would, when we use the mixed conditional
Yeah,
and the past perfect.
right. And
The
look at,
would, the would conditional and the verb in simple form, and in the first sentence we use the past perfect always.
okay.
Well, I noticed that, but I don't know if I have a reason.
I'm honestly having a little bit of hard time understanding you. Okay. If you look at the stories, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to show you this picture right here, and it's a small story, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now look
Yes.
how this is in the past. I didn't listen.
Yes.
It's
I
in the past.
understand that.
So the result is right now, today, present. I am in a big mess.
Mm-hmm.
So in a
Mm-hmm.
present condition, you cannot use past perfect or even present perfect or moral perfect. You don't use the perfect tense in a present condition. In a present condition, you use would, could, or might with a verb in
Yeah, a
simple
model
form.
verb.
Yes, with a verb in simple form.
Yes,
Yes.
I say that,
Okay. Is
but
that what
it's
you said?
always.
What?
Yes, I say that, but it's always.
With what? With
No,
could?
with the modal verbs,
The modal verb?
with the
Yes.
modal verbs,
Yes.
and the verb in simple form. It's always.
In the present condition. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
And the next example is if I had checked the map, I'm sorry, if he had checked the map, he wouldn't be lost. Now, the picture for this example, of course, is this one. Yes.
Teacher, in the mixed conditionals, both sentences, there are unreal situations always.
Yes, they are both unreal. What is the real event? The real event is that he didn't check the map. And they're both unreal because we have the clause if. Okay, the alternative to the reality. So the real event is that he didn't check the map. So
And that kind of conditionals, mixed conditionals, we always can are going to use third conditional and second conditional. We can mix first conditional, zero conditional.
yes, you could, but what it depends on is this. I'm sorry, not the present. The result. The result is always what is telling you what do you need. Where do you come from if you come from the past, and where do you end in the present? So if you come in the past, you use the third conditional. The result is in the present, you use the second conditional. And it's the other way around. If you begin in the present, if your if clause is the present, is the second conditional, and the result is in the past, would be the third conditional. And it's the same for the other ones, the second and the first. It's all about the result. Yes? So once again, if he had checked the map, is he didn't check the map. Is that correct?
Yes.
So
He is lost.
he's lost. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the conditionals that we checked yesterday and the day before are the same thing. Unreal situations. Would you like to see an example of a second conditional?
Can you give us more examples, teacher? Because it isn't so clear,
Absolutely.
please.
Now, the first thing, I urge you to follow the sentence and check with the picture. Okay? Try to connect it. If he had checked the map, he wouldn't be lost. He didn't check the map, so he's lost. Next, number 3. If he had gone to the university, I'm sorry, I did it again. If I had gone to the university, I would be a doctor now. Do you see this? Not gone. Past.
Yes, he is a bricklayer or something like that.
A bricklayer, a construction worker. Again, this is the past. Third conditional would be the result in present. The result in present is second conditional. The other way around. If I use the if with past simple, that is second conditional. And the result would be a perfect conditional. Past result of a present or continuing condition. First example, if I were a good cook, if the alternative to reality, if I were a good cook, I would have invited them for dinner. What is the reality? The reality is I am not a good cook. So, what is the result, guys?
I can't invite him to dinner.
Nope. Nope. I would have invited them. Is in present modal perfect. If it's in modal perfect,
I didn't invite him.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't invite them to dinner. Okay. One more. Oh,
Yes, please.
the picture. Where is the picture? There it is. Yes. Next. If you weren't such a poor dancer, you would have gotten a job. Let's change this. That I don't think that's understandable. Let's write won the competition. There. I hope that's better for you guys. Once again, if you weren't such a poor dancer, what does that mean? That means you are such a poor dancer. The result, what is the result? So, you, what is the result, guys?
Didn't win the competition.
And win. Perfect. And the example? Well, I hope it's clear to see. Okay, the last one. If she spoke English, she wouldn't have started the course. Of course, I'm talking about this one right here. So what is if she spoke English mean? It means
Doesn't.
she doesn't speak English. And the result? So she started the course. I have a lot more examples. Can we go to the more examples or not yet?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Is it getting better or is it still a little bit difficult?
I think it's confusing.
It's confusing. It's not getting better.
Yeah, I think I understand. I understood just a little. When the first sentence is in present, we change to past.
Okay, maybe
The
it's a
first,
bit more confusing if you see it that way. I'm
um,
sorry, I just understood what you're just saying. That's the second conditional. The second conditional is if uh, the course isn't so difficult. Now, that sentence right there is incorrect. Why is it incorrect?
You are using present.
Because I use a present tense, right? It's a present condition. It's right now. It's an example. And I'm using the if, the alternative to reality. So the isn't is used in the simple past. And the simple past of isn't is
wasn't.
wasn't. If the course wasn't so difficult. Now that is a correct form of a present condition.
Yes.
It's not in simple past because the if clause makes it present. Yes? Now let me cover this a little bit before we jump again. There is an example right there. If we had if we had the key, we'd go in. What type of conditional is this? If we had the key, what is this?
Third condition.
Nope.
Second conditional.
The second conditional. We just said
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Simple past is the second conditional. Second conditional. And the result? How is the result? The result is still in second conditional. The model would, we would, and the verb in simple form, go in. Of course, the example is this one right here. Right? What is this? What does this sentence mean? It means we don't have the key. So, what is the result?
And
We can't go in. Yes? Okay, I'll move to the next example as soon as you let me know.
Okay, teacher.
Now?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, let's move this little bit over here. And I have the next sentence. If we had picked up the key, we would have gone in. What conditional is this?
Second conditional.
Second? No. We have the past perfect. We had picked up the key.
Third conditional.
Third conditional.
We would have gone. Yes, this is the third conditional. And the result? What is the result then?
The third conditional.
The third conditional. There. Okay. If we had picked up the key, we would have gone in. Now, once again, this is talking about the past. This happened, for example, last week. I'm gonna change a little bit the size of this thing. So last week, we didn't pick up the key, I'm sorry. So we couldn't go in. Right there. Last week, we didn't pick up the key, so we couldn't go in. Is in the past. Last week. Yes? So, so?
Also,
So, so? Okay. Let me see if we can do it with a different example. Uh, I'll try to, let's try to talk face to face. Okay, maybe. Ladies, did you cook dinner last night? Yeah, who
No.
said
No.
who cooked dinner last night?
My
Nobody?
sister.
Nobody.
Oh, your sister. There you
No.
go. What did your sister cook?
I have a sister.
No, but somebody.
Sorry, I was on the course.
Yes, you were. You were. In... Okay, so what did you eat last night for dinner?
I ate a tostada.
Excellent. Who said that?
Me, Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Yep.
You eat a tostada?
Yeah.
Why?
For because it's easy for my husband
Ah,
to.
he's the cook.
Yeah.
Great. Now, you ate a tostada, okay?
Yeah.
What would you have eaten if you hadn't eaten a tostada?
I would have
Uh-huh.
eaten a pozole.
Correct. That's the third conditional. That's the third conditional. It's in the past. It's in imagination. Yes?
Okay,
Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you.
you're
Now,
welcome.
Elena,
Yes.
what was the last piece of clothing you bought?
What was what?
The
Oh
last
no.
piece of clothing. A shirt, a blouse, a skirt, a dress, some jeans, some shorts, pair of shoes, piece of clothing,
Mm, a blouse.
a blouse. Where did you buy the blouse?
Mm, in Bella Hidalgo.
Villa Hidalgo, perfect. So if you hadn't bought the blouse in Villa Hidalgo, where would you have bought it?
I would have bought in Nochislan.
Can you repeat again, please? I didn't hear you.
I wouldn't have bought in Nochislan.
You would have bought it in Mazatlan.
Bought it in Nochislan.
Nochislan, I'm sorry. Repeat again. I would have bought.
I would have bought it in Nochislan.
There you go. Yes, it's in the past. Okay.
Yes.
Another example, ladies.
Yes, please, teacher.
Perfect. Valeria, tell me. Um, did when you were in the university, you studied to be a teacher, right?
No,
No? What did you study for?
engineer,
Of?
computer system.
Perfect. So you are a computer systems engineer, right?
Yes,
Okay. What would you have studied if you hadn't studied systems engineering?
I would have been an architect.
Perfect, Valeria. There you go. It's in the yes.
Yes,
Is that better, or would you like more examples like this?
I would like
Mm,
to give more examples.
Like
yes,
this
me too.
Yes,
in the screen or in the presentation?
Maybe if you can send us an exercise or something that
The entire
we
class,
complete.
yesterday was about the third conditional. The whole class yesterday and all the homework we checked earlier today was the third conditional.
Yes, but I think I need to practice a lot.
It's good, and that's why I try to put you in sessions so you guys can practice a bit more. But
Okay.
okay, let's have more
and
examples.
especially mixed conditionals.
Well,
Yes,
these
I
conditionals were
think I
just
think I think that have a lot of doubts
yes,
because
and that's why
when we use the conditionals,
yes,
mm, I think I identify what is, but I don't know when we can use the
and how
mixed
to use it, right?
conditional.
And how to
Yes,
use it. That's why the top
or what conditionals can use with what conditionals can
correct, and that's
use.
why in the topic that we're using the story as a point of starter. Okay, the story
Mm-hmm,
of the Solwen family. Okay, what
mm-hmm,
they did,
mm-hmm.
and then we jump into the story as if we had been there. So you imagine yourself in Hannah's position
Mm-hmm.
and you give opinions. And we use third conditionals and second conditionals and mixed conditionals. We use everything. That's
I
intention of the topic. But if it's not working, we can use something else. Okay,
okay.
great. Would you like to see the examples that I have, or would you like to continue speaking?
Mm, I don't know.
I think
The
both.
examples.
The examples in the presentation or no?
Both.
Both? Did I hear both?
Yes.
Both.
Okay.
Yes, both.
All right, ladies. I have a problem with my computer. Okay. I bought an Asus VivoBook because it was supposed to be great, but it's really not. I wish I hadn't bought this VivoBook. If I hadn't bought this VivoBook, I would have bought an HP. What about you? Talk to me about your last cell phone or laptop.
Teacher,
Yes.
I got a MacBook and it's an excellent computer, but I don't know how to use it with the examples are
If
that
I
we are.
hadn't bought the MacBook, I would have bought,
If I if what if I had both?
I don't know. Uh-huh.
No, no. I don't have a clear idea.
Okay.
Teacher, in that case, we can use, if I were you, I would have had both and Mac computer.
Yes. Yes. Now that's not a conditional, but it's a model perfect.
No. Oh,
It's okay.
I'm confused.
It's good.
Is that I think yeah I agree.
All right. So
I give you a
right.
suggestion.
It's a suggestion. That's correct. It's a
Yes.
suggestion. So let's talk about
Oh
condition.
no.
Okay. Who bought
Yes.
a really not good piece of equipment? Whether it was a laptop, a cell phone, an MP3 player, a tablet, a new TV, anything that is not so good.
If a teacher, if I
Nothing.
had, I'm going to talk about maybe cosmetics because we
Okay.
are always buying things, no?
Yeah.
If I hadn't bought in Jafra,
Hmm.
I would, I wouldn't, if I wouldn't have a good product, have had a good product
It depends. Are you talking about the past or the
Ye-
present?
in past.
Both in the past. The cause and
Mm,
the effect are in the past. No, what
yeah,
I hear is that you're saying that something you start in the past has a result in the present.
okay. If I hadn't bought in Jafra,
Uh-huh.
I would I wouldn't no, I wouldn't have lost money.
Yes, that's okay. That is the true conditional.
Okay. This that's
So,
my
so the real event is that you bought in Jafra and you lost money.
yeah,
Perfect. Yeah, then it's correct.
yeah.
Perfect. Ladies, any other questions?
Ah,
A lot, huh?
yeah.
Okay. I will send you some activities to do about the second and the third conditional.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes,
So
teacher.
you can practice it, you can go over it, and please work with your classmates. Work together.
Teacher,
Yes.
I think, if you can send us an exercise about Mixed conditional.
Not yet,
I
not yet, because we're only starting the lesson. We just
okay.
beginning the lesson. So right now, let's go back a little bit. Let's reinforce second and third conditional
Okay.
with the exercises I'll send you.
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll continue with the class of the third of the mixed conditionals, and
Uh-huh.
tomorrow night I will give you the worksheets and the homework about mixed conditions.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Thank
Okay.
you.
perfect,
Thank
ladies.
you, teacher.
Any questions?
No. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Thank you. You too,
You
teacher.
too.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey,
Thank
thank you,
you,
teacher.
teacher.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.